Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am at Walmart and I'm forcing myself to look cheerful for the intro. I almost just had a meltdown at the pharmacy. Things just weren't going right. Alright, gotta shake that off and get some groceries done. My mother's under this new program, which is, I guess, Medicare Part D. For some reason, we were able to get in that. I don't know. Somebody else handled that for me. And they were saying that the instructions were wrong, and they wanted to fill it to a previous thing they had in the computer. And I was like, no, because I've skipped you guys and went to Walgreens last time, and they didn't want me to have the meds. Because she's like, well, that's not what the doctor prescribed the last time. I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He called in what he wants her to be on. I don't know. It was just, we were not understanding each other, but I did get the prescription. I'm like, I'm not going home and calling the doctor, waiting for a reply, and then coming back. Let me have the meds, and if I need to change the dose, I will. Okay. Oh, and I was like, I cannot blow up or lose my cool because I need to continue to get meds here. Okay, can I stop ranting now? Cane's mayo for my mother. I might have to start paying attention as to how much mayo I buy her. We're keeping track of her sugar, her white cane sugar consumption in my peanut gallery group. All right, $3.12 for her canes. She wants radishes. I actually cook radishes for her. She calls them her little turnips, but she likes raw radishes. And now that, you know, it's not winter, she's like feeling like raw, fresh veggies. I believe it was $1.58 for this bag, which is a pound. 3 bananas at, I think they're 49 cents per pound. A red cabbage for 88 cents per pound. And a green cabbage for 78 cents per pound. I have a headache from that stress. Okay, let's do a few other things, and then we'll be in the car, and I will chat with you for a little bit. This imitation crab meat is so friggin' good. I'm going to buy another one. We still have like a half a package. I didn't even bother to freeze any. I'm in the habit now of just pulling out a couple of pieces and putting it on my plate whenever I eat. So it is $4.24 for 1.5 pounds. The unit price is $2.83 per pound. And what's the brand? Aquamar? I don't know, but I love it. And my mother does too. And that wasn't on the list, so I'm straying from the list already. I asked my mother if she would like some grated cheese for her spaghetti or her American chop suey, or she can even sprinkle it on vegetables. And she's like, yes, I would like that. So I'm getting her this. It is $3.18 for 8 ounces. She asked for bean sprouts. I just made her a chop suey, and she just loves it so much. She's like, get more bean sprouts so you can make me some more, which is also why I have the cabbage. So somebody requested that I make it on camera. I don't know. I might try to do that. Sometimes I just want to cook and get it over with. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Anyway, $1.22 for La Choy. They don't have like a great value brand. I'm just curious, next time I'm at Hannaford, I'd like to price the bean sprouts and see how much they are there. I never know where to get instant potatoes. She doesn't need them right now. Oh, here they are. Okay, she wants stuffing, and I just use the stuffing and make her like 1 serving at a time, and just very easy. Just boil a little bit of water, and I put some of the bay scallops in her stuffing. She absolutely loved that. All right, so let me look. I'll show you what I get. She loves instant potatoes, and they really are convenient, and I just make, you know, like a decent sized batch, and then I freeze individual servings for her. Very convenient. Okay, so this big box is $2.68, and it is 1 pound, 10.7 ounces. I'm turning because I've got people coming. And I'm just going to get a box of chicken stuffing. I think she has a box at home, and I just take it out of the box and I put them like in whatever containers I have. Then I can just scoop out what I need. And this is $1. Did I say that yet? I'm saying it now. I picked up a loaf of bread like this, the sandwich bread, because Nancy will be making this whole loaf into French toast for my mother next week, so I'm just going to throw it in the freezer until then. And I just checked the reduced bakery stuff, and there's nothing, just some expensive cupcakes and cakes and stuff, so I just have to bake a cake for her, or cupcakes, and freeze those. Alright, that's it. I will see you in the car. Oh, I have to have the AC on, but I don't want it on too loud. Oh, I have such a headache from the pharmacy thing. Oh, I was trying so hard to just not lose my cool. It was just very frustrating because she wasn't understanding what I was trying to tell her. I had no clue what she was trying to say. What it boiled down to is, when my mother was in the hospital last November, the hospital had called in a medication. I don't know. I don't know why they would have done that, but it was while she was in the hospital. And I don't know if it's because... Oh, I know why. Because at the time, my mother was off potassium. But then when she went to the hospital, they determined she needed to be back on potassium. So they called in a prescription for 15 days. And Walmart was going by that, which is different than what the doctor has always ordered. And when she kept saying that's what the doctor ordered, I'm like, he would have told me if there was a change. I was so completely confused. And then when she said it was for 15 days, and I said, we never get 15 days. We always get 3 months at a time. So she goes and gets the paper, and she comes back, and she's like, see, it says right here, 15 days. And I said, but that's not from the doctor. That's when I realized it was from the hospital. So they didn't know that? They didn't see on there that it wasn't from the doctor? I don't know. So they were just going by that. Anyway, it's all cleared up, but they knew I was upset because somebody from out back came up, and she's like trying to, find out what the hell is going on. I think I might have been getting loud. I was absolutely frustrated. And she's like, well, I'm going to just take this out of the system. I said, well, I'm going to go get those meds as is. I said, so, just let me go over there and get it. Don't take it out of the system. It's like, give me a break. I don't want to do all this running around. All right. Okay, I have to stop now. I have to mail these. I've already forgotten once. I was supposed to do it the minute I left my house. So let's see if I can mail before I get back to my driveway. And I made a car appointment because my car is making a little noise. And while I was there, I got 3 little candies for my mother, which are kind of like melting. So I'm going to put that in my camera bag. I still have my tooth kit that I got from the dentist when I went for my cleaning last week, week before. I think it was the week before. I have an old list of things I wanted to chat with you about a long time ago, which I did. Yeah, so I went to make a car appointment, and I get so worked up even about stuff like that. And I have known my mechanic forever. I've been using the same family of mechanics since I had my first car. Since I was a teenager. But I still get worked up. So when I know there's an issue, I try not to let it go too long, and I've been hearing a little tiny sound that I'm thinking maybe has something to do with the brake pads or whatever. And, knock on wood, I've not had trouble with this car, but, things do wear out. So it took me forever to muster up the desire. It's not that I need courage so much, it's just that one additional little task that I don't want to do is to make the appointment. Then when I make the appointment, I'm always like, I don't want to do it right away because I have to go home and rest after the excitement and stress and anxiety of actually making the appointment. So this time I said, I don't care. I'm not going to let him say, too quick, oh, you can bring it in tomorrow. So I says, I'm stopping by. I says, I'd like to bring my car in next week sometime. It's like, why don't I just say that up front? And so I'm bringing it next week. I don't want to do it right away. I don't want to do it right away. Not right after making an appointment. I have to rest. Oh my God. I do that with doctor appointments too. Like if they send me somewhere, if I go to the doctor and they'll say, oh, we'll send you for this, and the nurse will sometimes schedule it, and then she'll come in and she's like, oh, you're so lucky, they have an opening tomorrow, you don't even have to wait. And I don't even say to her, I can't do that tomorrow. I need a fucking vacation after this appointment. So I always have to go home and call and reschedule, and I always say a month. I need a month to rest and relax, because when I have an appointment, I'm stressed for like 2 weeks just thinking about it. Even if it's in the afternoon, it's like I have to get up and I have to leave my house and not be able to work for an hour. The horror. I'm such a fucking mess. Car appointment next week. And I always tell them, you can keep the car as long as you want. If they're like busy, I'm always like, you just keep the car as long as you want. Work on other people's cars. Because I love not having a car at home, because then I'm forced to not go out. See how that works? I finally put the stickers on my license plates, because my car needed to be registered in April, and I did it online the night of April 30. And they finally came in the mail. Well, they came in the mail shortly after, just a couple days after, but then they've been sitting on the table. So today I remembered to take that out and put them on my license plates. So I'm good there. Inspection is not until September. I hate that too, having my car inspected. It used to be years ago, twice a year. It was like such a fucking struggle for me. Because again, it's an appointment and, they make you pull in and beep and put the lights. And so now it's once a year, and I always go to my other mechanic. I've had 2 businesses that I've done business with all my life, and I go to them and they take the car in for me and they do the whole inspection. So I like that, and I just sit and wait for a few minutes and, hurry up, I've got work to do. So this was our little outing. I was able to pick up a few things for my mother. I might, I don't know, I'd like to do some concoction videos, but it's hard to have that work out for when I'm in the mood to cook and also in the mood to record. Those 2 things have to happen at the same time, and they don't always. But I am going to have to make her some cupcakes, and I was thinking I could make her some special ones now that she has those little mini chocolates that I bought the last time, because they were out of the chocolate bars. So she could have a cupcake with a little mini chocolate in there. So I don't know, it's not much of a concoction to show you guys, but maybe I can hack it in some other way and it will be interesting. Okay, I'm going to hang up now. I don't know why I started saying that, but I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to hang up now. I will upload this when I get home. This is probably going to be it for this channel, for the video for today. I am trying, and I am so incredibly frustrated. I cannot find a program that I like for doing the quilt designs. And you guys are sending me so many, oh, try this, try that. And the thing is that without you knowing what it is that I want to do, you can't possibly know what to send to me. So you don't have to send me emails telling me about different programs. Believe me, I do my homework. I know about all the programs. No one has sent me a link or an idea that I haven't already thoroughly investigated. So let's just cut back on my email a little bit, because email stresses me out too, and Facebook messages. Please, I will find what I want. I just need to just keep looking, but nobody has come up with something yet that I haven't already looked at. So I'm going to just go home. I want very much to get back to the quilt blocks, and I know I wouldn't have to do the digital show at the end, and I'll probably end up just getting back to the quilt blocks without doing that, but I got really used to that. And not only that, I like to try to design the quilt block to get an idea. What if I, did a half square triangle and then I put this next to it, and I, even though it's just like colored blocks, I can get an idea of, okay, maybe that would work. And, so I was spoiled, but I really Don't want to go back to Printmaster because it is just so old. And I don't even know if it would work with Windows 10. Even if I got like a DVD, CD drive, I don't know if that disc would work with the computer that I have now because I have Windows 10. All right, so to those of you who sent me information on the programs, thank you. I know you're trying to help, but really, if you guys only knew how I dread emails. I mean, I say it. I've said it before, and, I just... Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my God, there was almost an accidente. Somebody backed out right while there was a car behind them. It really scared me, and it sent a pain through my head, and I'm already pained enough. But yes, emails, messages, all that stuff, it's like, I always try to say, it's like I'm already in a room of screaming kids because of just always the constant thoughts in my head. And then it's like somebody comes in and blows a horn. That's what it, because I just heard a horn. But that's what it's like. Even when an email comes in, I'm like, oh no, the noise, the noise, the noise. And you know what it is? It is pure frustration from the constant repetitive thoughts that I have in my head. Please now don't send me all kinds of information on how I should see a psychiatrist or be on medication. Every time I talk about stuff, I get slammed with advice. I don't usually ask for advice or suggestions. Notice that I don't. I don't. Can you tell I'm very frustrated right now? I think you can, and that's all because of the whole med shit and the fact that I went and made an appointment for my car, which I did in person because I don't even want to handle the phone and do that. So very, very stressful this day so far. I'm anxious to get home. But what was my whole fucking point? There was one. Oh yeah. And I'm going to give you an example of how I know for a fact I'm not the only one who feels this way. 2 incidences that I had while in college. As a grown-up, I went to college in my 30s. One time I was in a class, it was my French class, and whatever, I was just paying attention to something or reading or doing something, and there was some chatter, and I asked, quelle page? Because I wanted to know what page, and the teacher fucking slammed me. I was like so shocked. She's like, I just said it for the 3rd time, I'll tell you too. And I was like, the thing is I wasn't insulted or offended by her. She was fucking sick of hearing people ask her what page, and I wasn't paying attention, so I asked again, and she had her fill. And that's how I feel like when certain people will, send me something. It can be the most innocent thing, but I've had my fill, and it's like I can't take it again. The other incident was in my costume class. I took a costuming class, which involved sewing. Stupid of me, because this is the kind of question I would be pissed at too. Had to do something, we were making costumes for a play, and I dared to say, what color thread should I use? That teacher yelled at me, if you need to ask that, you have no business being in this class. And, the other students were all just like looking. And I was like, yes, I understand now, and I will not be asking those kind of questions again. And again, I wasn't offended or upset, and I didn't want to defend myself and be like, well, I just asked a simple question. I learned lessons from that. First, don't ask a stupid fucking question. And second, people are tired of hearing the same thing. She's probably been asked that 1,000 times. And just because it was the first time I asked it, I can't expect her to always just receive it in the same way. That's why I tell people all the time, nobody knows how somebody is going to receive the info that you spew to them. And You know, and I was like, it was a stupid question, a very stupid question. I'm in a fucking college sewing class. I should not have to ask what color thread. I shouldn't. And I get people who ask me things when I do videos, and I don't even let those questions go out there because I'm embarrassed for them. I'll have people say, you know, for a crocheting block, would it be okay if I use blue yarn? What? What? Where did you go to school? You know, it's like, I feel bad for things like that. And then I wonder, are they just kidding? Does somebody really have to ask that? You know, or the people who will email me and say, I want to make a queen size blanket using that pattern that you made. How much fabric do I need? I'm not kidding. Vague emails that come in like that. You know, I used to always reply and say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. First of all, I have no information to help you with. I need to know what size, how many blocks. Second of all, I can't do that for you. I don't have the time to figure that out for you. I need Tylenol, big time, and some meat. All right, so this turned into a little rant. I certainly didn't expect that, but it is. It's the stress from making a car appointment and the prescription. So I'm going to stop now, and to those of you who want to give me hell for saying the things I said, you know what? It's because you recognize yourself in those examples. The people who understand what I'm saying, it's because they get frustrated like I do over stuff like that. All right, I'm going to say bye now, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.